Football, the beautiful game. Today it's more than just a sport. It's a passion that unites billions of people. We play it in streets, in villages, in massive stadiums, and we argue about it endlessly with friends. But here's a question for you. Where did it all begin? Who were the first people to kick a ball around? Not under floodlights, not on green grass, not in front of TV cameras, but thousands of years ago, when football was still just an idea. Before medieval villagers were chasing leather balls through muddy fields, football already had a story. And today we're going back in time to explore the very origins of the world's greatest game. Let's begin. Our journey begins in ancient China, over 2,000 years ago. During the Han Dynasty, people played a game called Cuju, literally meaning kickball. The setup, a leather ball stuffed with feathers and hair. Two bamboo poles held a net, and the goal was simple: kick the ball into the net without using your hands. But Cuju wasn't just a game for fun. It was used by the Chinese military to train soldiers. It built fitness, discipline, and teamwork, qualities we still connect to football today. Over time, Cuju spread beyond the army. It reached common people, nobles, and even the royal courts. Emperors watched matches, referees enforced rules, playing fields were marked. If you think about it, Cuju was probably the first organized form of football. It had rules, teams, referees, and goals. In some ways, it was more structured than European football for centuries to come. Now we travel west to ancient Greece. From as early as the 8th century BC, the Greeks played a ball game called Episkyros. Two teams lined up on opposite sides.
A ball was placed in the middle. The aim, push the other team back.
Episkyros was physical. Players could push, block, and tackle. It wasn't always graceful, but it was thrilling. It was so popular that it continued into the classical Greek era and was played right through to the Roman takeover in the 2nd century BC. For the Greeks, it wasn't just about fun. Episkyros built teamwork, courage, and unity, values that shaped their culture and military life. When the Romans conquered Greece in the 2nd century BC, they adopted Episkyros and transformed it into their own game, Harpastum. Harpastum was played with a smaller, harder ball on a rectangular field. The goal?
Keep possession. Drive the ball past your opponents.
It was fast-paced, aggressive, and tactical, so much so that Roman soldiers made it part of their training. Harpastum spread across the Roman Empire, from Italy to Gaul, modern France, from Spain to Britain, lasting until the empire's decline in the 5th century AD. Some historians believe this spread helped inspire the rough ball games of medieval Europe. Meanwhile, across the ocean in the Americas, civilizations like the Olmecs, Mayans, and Aztecs created their own ball games. Long before Europe even dreamed of football, the earliest courts date back to around 1400 BC with the Olmecs. Later, the Mayans, 250 to 900 AD, and Aztecs, 1300 to 1500 AD, perfected the game known as Olamalisli. The rules were unlike anything else. Players struck a heavy rubber ball with their hips, elbows, or knees, never their hands or feet. But here, the game wasn't just sport, it was sacred. The ball symbolized the sun, and the match represented the cosmic battle of light versus darkness. Some games even ended with ritual sacrifices. Winning or losing carried a meaning far beyond sport. Olamalistli shows us that ball games were not just entertainment, but religion, identity, and culture. So before medieval villagers ever kicked a ball through muddy fields, football already had deep ancient roots. In China, Cuju thrived from the Han Dynasty through the Song Dynasty, giving us structure and rules. In Greece, Episkyros shaped teamwork and physical competition from the 8th century BC to the Roman era. In Rome, Harpastum spread ball games across Europe from the 2nd century BC until the fall of the empire. And in the Americas, Olamalistli carried spiritual and cultural weight from 1400 BC to the time of the Aztecs. When you watch football today, whether in the park, the Champions League, or the World Cup, you're watching a story that began thousands of years ago. This is the origin of football before the medieval era.